I got a new toy, a TopTes Moisture Meter. I'm not sure if I'm saying the name right, but it's a moisture meter for checking the moisture content in wood, drywall. It works for lumber or firewood, or I'm imagining any form of wood. I have people contacting me all the time wanting to send me their products so I can show them on the channel. I don't want this to become an infomercial channel, so I just ignore them most of the time. But I thought this one would fit into the channel, and they sent me a second one so I can give it away to one of you. I've never had a moisture meter and I've never used one, except for a few days ago when I did the lumber straightening video. I did use one of these on that. Other than that, I'm just a moisture meter ignoramus. But I'm going to try to change that here while we figure out how to use one of these. I would call this an unboxing, but I don't think it's an official unboxing because I've already opened the box and used it. It has a user manual. This is what we're after. The moisture meter. It does come with batteries. Duracell, looks like AAA. It appears to be constructed out of 100% pure Chinesium, but when it comes to electronic gadgets, I don't know if you're going to find many that are not. You take the cap off, which reveals the business end. Those are pretty wicked. Big screen, I already put the batteries in this one. Large, easy to read numbers, shows temperature, Celsius, Fahrenheit. It's 58.2 degrees Fahrenheit here. It's still trying to figure out what the relative humidity is here. Right now, 77.6 and changing. I have some fresh cut Douglas fir boards. I just milled these last week. Some of you saw those being milled on a previous video. To test the moisture of the wood, you just stick those wicked probes into the wood. I don't know how well it shows up, but the screen has a greenish background. That's how it starts out. It also has a D right here, which means dry. The green and the D mean dry. We stick the probes in, and the screen turned a little more yellow, and now it has an M, which means medium. So it's medium dryness. If you move it around, you get slightly different readings. But it's saying this wood is medium and around 20-ish%. On this one, the screen turned a little more reddish. Now it has a W meaning wet because this one's at 24, almost 25%. You see this white streak is sapwood, which makes that part more likely to be wet when fresh cut. This was cut from dead and dying Douglas fir trees. I would expect them to be not fully green, but not fully dry. I would say medium is right about where I would expect. Seems simple to use, big screen, easy to read. Small enough it can fit in your pocket, maybe even shirt pocket. How about that? It has 3 more buttons on here. I'm guessing they're on there for a reason, not just for decoration. Being a moisture meter ignoramus, I'm probably going to have to do the unthinkable and resort to taking a look at the user manual. And I probably should have checked the moisture content of this surface before I sat down in it. Oh, that's fancy. Check this out. It has this handy dandy table of different wood species. We are working with Douglas fir, which says letter B. You see on the bottom when you push the M button, it has different letters. So we set that to B, which corresponds to Douglas fir. With the different calibration, it gives us a lower reading on this wood. So maybe this is the more accurate reading. It's, if I remember right, a couple percentage points lower, maybe more. I don't know how the different calibration causes it to read different. Probably some kind of voodoo going on inside the device. Now it also has a min-max. It's a big red button right in the middle, so it must be something important. At least this surface is drier the second time I sat on it. That's a funny part, I'll tell you that in a bit. Okay, big red button. Hit the big red button, you got max and min. If it's set to max, when you do multiple readings, it's only going to show the highest number it finds. This won't change until it finds a higher number. When it's set to min, it's the same thing, only the opposite. It will register the lowest number it finds, and it will only show the lowest of the numbers. I don't think that 14 was accurate. I think that min setting is a little bit too sensitive. You just have to be careful you don't lightly touch the probes, because you might get a false low number and then you'll be stuck with that false low number. Now to figure out what the H button's for. This would be a good time for you to twiddle your thumbs or do something while I'm looking this up. Okay, that's easy. Without the H button pressed, if you take the reading, then remove it, your reading goes away. But if you take a reading, hit the H button, it holds the reading. Then you click the button again and the reading goes away. These are very commonly used for checking the moisture of firewood to make sure it's dry enough to give you a good burn. Well, I have a firewood dilemma down the hill. Maybe this will be able to solve it. I need to give my mom some wood to burn for this winter. This is the seasoned wood that I have. There's plenty of it here, but it got rained on before I got back from the coast. Got rained on several times. I've had to put this plastic on top of it to keep it from getting even more wet. I don't know if it's had a chance to fully dry or not. And what kind of a guy would give his mom wet wood to burn? I don't think any of us want to be that guy, but I have a moisture meter now, so I can check it out and see if I'm going to be that guy or not. We'll calibrate it to B because this is Douglas fir. Averaging 17-ish, I think, maybe 18. She likes using Douglas fir because it doesn't produce as much ash. Her stove has a small ash reservoir. If she burns hardwood, she has to clean out her ashes all the time. That's one thing to consider when selecting a wood stove. Does it have a big enough ash reservoir? If it's only a small ash reservoir, you're going to have to clean your ashes out more often. Looks like they're all in that 17, 18%. On all of these, the screen turns, I guess it's more of an orange than a yellow, which means medium. Down at the bottom here, the rainwater's been splashing on them. Let's check that. Oh, we're over 40% here. And the screen is turned red. Green screen means dry, yellow means medium. I think red means do not give to mom. Of course, that's just the outer end. Let's pull one of these out of here, split it open, knocking the whole pile down, of course. All right, let's take this one. Because that's just the outer edge, let's split it open, see what it is in the middle. It's even drier in the middle. Rainwater didn't have a chance to soak in that far. That's a good sign. 8% on that part. Someone may have forgot to turn the camera on when I split this bigger one to try. Because those other ones were smaller, had cuts on the outside that might help them dry. Bigger one has a little more moisture. 13, 14. More moisture on the outside where it probably soaked up some rain. I've always heard the number 20% used for firewood. They say your firewood should be 20% moisture content or less. I always thought 20% sounded a little high. Based on the readings we saw here, what do you think? Is this wood mom-worthy or not? Let me know what you think. We've tested lumber, we've tested firewood. It's also supposed to be able to test drywall. Apparently that can be useful in finding leaks adjacent to your drywall. I don't have any of that to test here, but I think there's one more thing we should test. We need to test my own moisture content. Although, what setting do I put that on? Am I a hardwood or a softwood? I don't think I want to answer that. We'll just leave it on A. Screen's already turned red. I'm in the wet zone. Moisture's rising. 35.5%. No, it's still going up. My moisture's rising. Why is my moisture rising? 37, still going up. Has it stopped? 37.2. Looks like 37.2 is it. This thing says I am all wet. Since I'm not a masochist, I didn't put these pins in to the point where it was painful. But if I went beyond that, it would probably be even a higher moisture reading. But I didn't do that because I read the manual. Let's see, what was it that the manual said? How did it word that? It's under a section called Friendly Reminders. Do not operate the TS-630 in the presence of flammable or explosive gases, blah, blah, blah. Here it is. Be careful not to stab yourself with extremely sharp test pins. I like the way it worded that. It didn't soften up the language, just tell it like it is. Do not stab yourself. I'm glad it warned me of that. Otherwise, who knows what I would have done with that last test. Speaking of warning labels, have you had any keys made lately? If you read the warning label that comes on the key, it basically says, do not eat. Not in those exact words. I think the words are, not for internal consumption. Sure glad someone took the time to put that warning on there. I was just about ready to eat my keys. Being a moisture meter ignoramus, I have never used any other moisture meter, so I can't compare this to others, but from everything I can see, I like it. I don't know what else I can say about the meter, but I do know they sent me this one to give away to one of you. If you want this, just type, I want this in the comments. The words, I want this. It is now the middle of November. I think it's the 15th. How about we run this for a month to give people a chance to respond? Actually, that's a long time. Maybe we should reward people for getting in early. Let's run it until the 1st of December. On December 1st, I'll use a random comment selector that'll go through the comments and pick one of you guys out at random. I'll cover the shipping and send this to whoever the winner is. And if you're watching this after December 1st, 2023, sorry, the contest is over. This is not a sponsored video. They are not paying me. They did send me these units free. I will put up an Amazon link if you want to buy one or just take a look at them. If you do buy something through that link, Amazon will send me a very small commission. I think the last time I shared a link, I made something like $1.50. Not expecting it to be any kind of a moneymaker. Just thought it would be some fun content. And I get to give one of them away. Thanks for watching. See you on the next video.